These are representatives from the Boys and Girls Club. Despite the fact that I know you, I'm going to have you introduce yourself. So. Green light, press that button, the green light should come on. There you go.
I'm sorry. Yes, hi, good afternoon. My name's Eileen Cavanaugh. I'm the president and CEO of the Boys and Girls Club of Greater Holyoke. And with me today is Conor Bevin.
Hi, Conor.
Hi, good afternoon. Conor Bevin, Director of Program Development at the Boys and Girls Club of Greater Holyoke.
Thank you.
So I appreciate the time today and certainly appreciate the opportunity to discuss our proposal further with the community. We submitted 2 proposals actually on behalf of the Boys and Girls Club of Greater Holyoke. The first proposal we submitted was to do an infrastructure project in which it would result in a renovation of program space, unused space at the Boys and Girls Club currently that would then result in program space. And so what we're looking to really do is increase our capacity to serve more youth, and especially around our licensed childcare program in particular. And so the reality is that there are over 3,000 school-age youth, 5 to 12 years old in the city of Holyoke. And Holyoke actually has a capacity of current providers of only being able to serve about 10% of that 3,000. So what we really need is more space. And so we realize we've had an active waiting list for many years now, and which we are unfortunately unable to serve as many kids as we need to in this community. And so parents, when I say licensed childcare program, this is a childcare program that serves primarily working parents. So the intent is that we are open when school is closed. So that's half days, snow days, school vacations, full day summer camp, opportunities like that. And the reality is that our hours and operations really serve the working family as much as possible. And so I really feel we feel as an organization that there's a void in that, and that there's a great critical need in Holyoke actually for school-age childcare. Our schools have had fewer and fewer after-school programs over the years, and the reality is they don't operate long enough hours for our working families. And so we're really looking to operate, that true Monday through Friday, 7:30 a.m. to 6 p.m., so that our parents can work a full day and know that a child is involved in quality childcare. And so our building was built back in 1958. We're located on Nick Cosmos Way, a couple blocks from City Hall. And unfortunately, we have seen very little renovation since 1958 to that building. When the building was first built, though, and specifically what we're talking about is renovating an outdated locker room space. When the building was first built in 1958, it was primarily serving male-only population at the time, and the locker room space that was created with that intent. So it's a 2,000 square foot locker room space with 18 showers. And the reality is that there's no longer a need for a 2,000 square foot locker room space. And so what our plan is that if we could find funding to support this project, we would be able to renovate the 2,000 square foot locker room space to create equitable locker room space for both boys and girls. We do have a pool that we have just heavily invested in this past spring, and renovating that pool as well. So, the children will have access to going swimming and things like that, but the plan is to renovate the locker room to create, like I said, equitable space for boys and girls, and then have an additional over 1,000 square feet of additional program space created. We also have a plan to renovate the current administration offices that are located at 70 Nick Cosmos as well. We're in the process of expanding our organization to 52 Nick Cosmos, which is right next door as well. We plan on moving our administrative offices over to 52 Nick Cosmos and would like to renovate our administrative offices.
Is that the former Girls Inc.?
The former Girls Inc.,
okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
To renovate our administrative offices to also allow for an additional 1,000 square feet of program space. So, our proposal right now, if granted, would allow us to renovate our building and create over 2,000 square feet of usable program space. That 2,000 square feet translates to another 60 youth that we'd be able to serve on a daily basis. And right now, that's almost 40% of our capacity. So we currently can serve up to 150 youth at any one time. And so for us to be able to serve an additional 60, not only obviously benefits our organization.
Can you repeat that number again?
Sure.
The number that you're allowed to serve right now
We're currently allowed to serve 150 youth
at a time.
at a time during our licensed childcare program.
Okay.
So with the newly renovated space, it would allow us, that additional square footage of usable program space would allow us to serve an additional 60 youth.
So can I ask a question in terms of, obviously, not just the licensed daycare, but just in general in terms of all the programs that the Boys and Girls Club does offer?
Yeah.
So if you're restricted in the license, but I mean, I'm assuming you're in a capacity, I mean, I've seen where you've got 300 or 400 when you have just the club activities and not the licensed daycare,
Absolutely.
correct?
Yeah.
So
our,
this would also increase that, I'm assuming?
100%, yeah,
Okay.
to program space. Yes, absolutely. Our building capacity is actually over 2,500, to be honest with you. So we are in, but for the license capacity, there's a certain square footage that is required per child as set by the state regulations. That's what I'm referring to when I say that. So of course, the renovations of the locker room and the admin space would also not only benefit our licensed childcare program, which I do think is a critical component to making sure that we have quality childcare in our community, but it would also obviously allow us and increase our ability to do a lot of the community service programs that we're doing, our teen membership program in particular, our drop-in memberships, any of our community events, our food programs. It's all an additional benefit, certainly. Yeah.
I just wanted to add, again, Conor, Bevin, thank you so much for having us. I know it goes without saying, but our organization, and I'm proud to be an alumni, we're the largest youth service organization in the city of Holyoke. We serve over 3,800 kids throughout the entire school year, and we've done that for the last 129 years. I know this goes without saying, but ARPA is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to actually create systemic long-term impact. As Eileen highlighted, the footprint of the building is the footprint of the building. It's been like that since the late 50s. We're at capacity. So when we look at utilization rates, we can't serve any more kids, yet we get asked to. Before a state of emergency, so pre-pandemic, during the pandemic, and I'm certainly post-pandemic, either the city of Holyoke, Holyoke Public Schools, the state of Massachusetts calls us up every year to ask us to do something. And that something changes all the time. And what Eileen's alluding to is childcare is a primary need in our community. It was during COVID. We were one of 5 Boys and Girls Clubs in the state and the only Boys and Girls Club in Western Mass region as a childcare provider. We served employees from Bay State, Cooley-Dickinson, Berkshire Health Systems, Holyoke Soldiers Home, you name it, they were all coming to the club for emergency childcare. Now, when we resume operations, that means our families are on the wait list, and these families are the working families that Eileen's alluding to. They're the families that are homeless. They're the families that are DCF involved. They're the kids who really need us the most. We don't want to not prioritize them. And this space is going to allow us the freedom to do that, not just in 1 year or 2 or 3 years, but for the next 50 years, for great-grandkids and great-great-grandkids, because that's how long the club will be around for.
Yeah, I mean, what we're really asking is support and help in the city of Holyoke investing in the Boys and Girls Club. And we're an asset to this community. I'm confident with that statement, and I know we are. And there's a value to having a Boys and Girls Club in a community, and certainly a Boys and Girls Club as responsive as we are and have been over the 129 years we've been in operation. And so we're really just, we're asking for an investment. We're asking for you to help support Boys and Girls Club, invest in our actual facility, which has been very difficult for dollars to come by. We really do take advantage of every other state opportunity that we can get around grant funding. We are very active. We are very diligent about resourcing and looking for funding like that. But I'll be quite honest with you, capital dollars are hard to come by. And the reality is as Conor said, this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and we realize that. But I also think there's an opportunity to really change the entire infrastructure of our club, and with the ultimate goal of supporting the community in a better way.
Okay. Could you also talk about your other program regarding the summer camp?
Sure. Yeah. So our thought is that in all reality, we recognize that we're looking, we would be increasing our capacity by 60 youth. And one thing that we get pressed into every single year is we have partnerships with our local homeless shelters and the contracting agencies that operate and manage those shelters. We've had partnerships with them for many years. We work very closely with the Holyoke Public Schools and the McKinney-Vento coordinator around homeless youth. I know you know that we have a lot of youth that are living in homeless shelters. As a matter of fact, we had over 350 youth pre-pandemic that we've been feeding for the last year and a half, delivering out to the food shelters around that. And so this is about serving those youth. And unfortunately, those kids often do not get many opportunities to participate in such things like after-school programs and enrichment activities. And so our proposal is that with the opportunity to increase our square footage and program space, we would then like to give back more to the community and say with that, we are more than willing also to help service and reach out and provide opportunities and enrichment opportunities to at least 25 additional youth that are living in homeless shelters throughout Holyoke.
So is that like just coming to the club? That's not going to a camp or something, or is it going to a camp?
No, it would be coming to the club, and it would be participating in our summer camp, our full day summer camp.
Okay.
And our summer camps are very full day, to say the least. So we are, really, these kids are coming in and experiencing not only academic support, but healthy lifestyles, good character and citizenship, and also mental health support as well. So I'm proud to say that we have a licensed social worker on staff with us as a recognized need in supporting those youth that have seen a lot of trauma, unfortunately, in their lives and how to go about. But no, the intent would be that the youth would be able to get the full services of the Boys and Girls Club. Also recognizing that we also serve 2 healthy meals a day plus a snack so that they would get, quality food in addition to, like I said, the academic and social enrichment support, definitely.
Okay, and that scholarship is another 25 kids, is that what I heard?
That would be another 25 of that population
That
in
would be able to
particular
take-
that we would exactly
Okay.
partner and reach out to just that population only. Absolutely.
Okay. So let me get into obviously, as you know, we've got $99 million of requests here, and I got $13 million to try to figure out how to make the maximum use. So in terms of the construction issues and the locker rooms and or the former Girls Inc. Facility, if you were able to set a priority, which one of those projects, which one of those sectors of the project would have the greatest impact?
Well, I want to be clear, the former Girls Inc. property, the 52 Nick Cosmos, we've actually been able to secure funding to renovate that space already. We're actually in the middle of building out a commercial kitchen on the first floor, again, expanding our food program and being able to serve kids more healthy food more often. So we've secured some funding for that already. What we're really looking for is the 70 Nick, main club position, the priority really is the locker room and admin space, because that's what's going to create the actual usable program space that we need. Right now, we're honestly stuck with a 2,000 square foot locker room that we can't use.
Sir, knowing the club as I do,
Yep.
the admin space, I'm assuming, is where the current admin space, would that be where the new programming would be?
Absolutely.
And the admin would go down to where the locker rooms are?
No, the admin
no.
would move over to 52 Nick Cosmos.
Oh,
We would
okay.
move next door. So the
Okay.
admin space would be renovated. So that's about 1,000 square feet of admin space that would be renovated.
Okay.
We would move over to 52 Nick Cosmos. And so what the proposal that we submitted, the renovations would actually be creating over 2,000 square feet of program space. We would be able to do locker renovations, that's about 1,000 square feet. We'd have 1,000 square foot, a new program space that we'd
Okay.
be able to use on level 1, and then 1,000 square feet program space on level 2 as well.
Okay, thanks for that. Yeah, you got it?
I was just going to make one comment. Essentially, the proposal is our hope is to maximize the utilization of 70 Nick Cosmos Way. When it was created, it was designed for the 50s. It wasn't designed for modern day. So to have about 1,500 square feet of admin offices, it's not essential anymore. We need desks. We want to replace those big office spaces with kids. That's essentially that's our hope. We want to replace a 2,000 square foot locker room with kids. And I just want to say that I do think that from the board to Eileen and the rest of our team, that I'm just proud of what we've accomplished with our current utilization. So if we look at the pandemic, we've served 1,000 kids with in-person services throughout a 9-month period. And that's with our existing utilization rate. So
You saw the sign for a wrap-up?
I saw the sign for a wrap-up, so I
So-
apologize if I spoke too long.
Now, first of all, let me thank you all for two things. Number one, for your proposals. Number two, for what you've done, both in the immediate past and just long term. I mean, I went to the Boys Club. I just got to tell you though, I think, and maybe I'm wrong, but I know I was still going to the Boys Club on Ray Street in 1965. So that building might have been
68.
68.
Did I say 58?
You said 58.
I
knew
apologize.
that.
1968. I do apologize.
And I actually fractured my skull in the old boys club. So.
I apologize. 1968.
All right. Yeah, you gave me a little. I'm thinking like, what? I was going to a building that wasn't there.
No,
That's
I
not good.
misspoke. Thank you.
Hey, thank you very much for all of your time. We're going to be trying to figure out as much as we can do, obviously, and we're trying to balance and make as much of a difference in as many areas as possible. But we do appreciate your dedication, and we know your cause. We know your dedication to the kids, and we appreciate that.
Thank you very much. We certainly appreciate the opportunity. Thank you.
Okay, thanks a lot. Have a great day. Okay.